Sounds good. Thank you, Corey. Just want to verify, guys. Can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes.
Sounds good. Thank you. All right. So again, not to reiterate what Corey mentioned, but we are here today to talk about our integration with Eureka, which is built off of and with Power BI from Microsoft here. You're going to notice, again, just the wheel. So we are at HubCore, the integration specialist. So obviously we do much more than just BI solutions. But for the next about 45 minutes, that's what we're here to chat about today. So how does this whole thing work, right? So you've got your traditional transactional ERP system on the left-hand side, and that's going to remain the single source of truth for data entry, all the transactions that occur on a day-to-day basis, whether from the shop floor, labor, payroll, material, all of that remains the same, right? What we do then from there is we take your data and we pump it into a data warehouse that's hosted with Microsoft Azure. So that data is pumped over in what we call near real time. So it's every couple seconds that that data is getting replicated in Microsoft Azure, and then we sit Power BI on top of that to give you the nice fancy reporting tools and the ability to make the actionable decisions and everything that goes along with the BI solution from that standpoint. If we go to the next slide here, so why did we choose Microsoft and their BI solution? So most folks are typically familiar with the Gartner Magic Quadrant. If you're not, typically, you want to be in the upper right-hand tier, and the further up and to the right you are, the more of a leader in the industry you are, right? So if you take a look at here, Microsoft is the furthest and up to the top right the most. Salesforce with the Tableau product isn't too far behind, but Microsoft has really invested a lot of money into Power BI. Whether it's their AI capabilities that also sit on top of it with Power Automate, which we'll be talking a little bit later, and just again, kind of the overall use and ease of use for this tool set. It's essentially has a very Microsoft Office look and feel to it, so it's very easy for folks to adopt. Okay, the next slide here. So with Eureka, we do offer a content pack here. And what the content pack purpose is to get you a quick time to value. So with the content pack, it's not going to, quite frankly, it's not going to give everybody 100% of what they need out of the box, more than likely, right? For a lot of our customers, we're seeing that they get about 60 to 80% of the way there. And then we have a team of developers on staff that if you wish to close that gap and you need to get the next 20, 30, 40%, we can work with you and your team to accomplish that. The next slide here. So it is obviously mobile application friendly. We do support, whether it's an Apple product, an Android product, whether you want to look at it on your cell phone, tablet, and just look at the data on the go. We do give you that capability. So if you run a second shift operation, a third shift operation, and you want to see data and at the palm of your hands, we give you that capability here. Okay. So analytics, with the automation element of it, right? So again, it's always nice to, to get the data at your fingertips, right? But, I always make the comment that too much data is sometimes the equivalent of not having enough data. So what we allow you to do is we can also put what we call Power Automate on top of this, which we'll see a couple examples of what Power Automate is and what it does, but it really gives you the ability to extract the actionable insights. So instead of just going out to a dashboard and looking at the trends, you can actually have these reports sent out to you on a scheduled basis, right? So maybe every Friday you want an updated P&L statement. Maybe every Monday you want to know what my orders are to ship for the week, right? So you can have those reports automatically sent to you via an email. The other cool thing as well with Power Automate is you can actually communicate back and forth with it also. So you can actually send an email out and say, if it's Wednesday at 3:00, I can say, hey, send me the latest P&L statement, and it'll actually return the latest and greatest P&L statement for you. So it's very interactive from that standpoint as well. Again, with the Power BI solution, we give you different capabilities with alerts that, really make an impact to your business, right? So as I mentioned earlier, we don't want to just overwhelm you with data. So what a lot of our folks are doing is setting up different thresholds, right? So if my inventory goes above a certain level, if my sales is below a certain level, whatever those thresholds might be, you can actually just get notified on the threshold levels, right? So the examples that we give you could be, you know, regional performance alerts, KPI-based triggers from an employee-by-employee basis, whatever it may be. Again, every business is a little bit different, and different things are more important to different businesses. So we have our team in place that we can help you out setting those up from that standpoint. Use cases of Power Automate. So again, this is one example, one of, you know, many examples that we've done here. So week over week sales performances. You're going to notice, you know, we've got the dashboard here, and this is kind of what it looks like within Eureka. But then you'll also see where we have an email on the right-hand side, and this email comes over, and we see our fiscal year, the different weeks, you know, what our shipments have been, and then percentage as far as, you know, what it was week over week between the previous 3 weeks. Again, you know, this could be just automatically sent to your email inbox. You can send an email and say, hey, give me the latest week over week sales report. Just the really the power of this whole thing and how interactive and flexible it is really where Microsoft sets itself far above. I can't talk. Above and beyond here. Again, with Power BI, you know, with CSI being a multi-site solution, maybe you want to pull data from all of your different sites and see, you know, what does each site shipped, and, you know, where am I at from a percentage standpoint against my goal. Again, you can get all of that information. You can consolidate the information if you wish. So in this example, I can see my Dallas, my LA, and my London site. Maybe I wanted a total on the bottom. I could also give myself a total here as well. So with that being said, you know, kind of just to wrap up the presentation before we really take a dive into the product itself, you know, so we chose Power BI because, again, it is a leader in the Magic Quadrant. Microsoft has made a commitment to the product. And, you know, why reinvent the wheel whenever, you know, all the investments being made in here. Lowest total cost of ownership. So again, you know, we do have offshore resources that we work with. Now you'll be working with somebody on our team directly to go through the scoping if you want to create further dashboards here. But again, a typical Power BI developer is significantly less than most other BI solutions. Plug and play. So, you know, we've had customers go live in under 5 days, again, with the content pack. So they'll buy the content pack, we put it in, and then again, that might, you know, they might operate with that for a month or 3 months. And then they come back to us and say, you know what, guys, we really want to have, you know, whatever the dashboard may be, right? So if it's a service business, they might want more dashboards geared towards the service industry. And then we work with you and your team to build those out. You know, another bullet point, another big thing, again, this is just a familiar interface from a developer standpoint, really to the Microsoft Office suite. So, you know, it kind of has a very pivot table feel, drag and drop here, very easy to pick up. So, you know, if you've got folks on staff with Power BI knowledge, they could pick this up as well. And then again, you know, just from the quad core perspective, it is an end-to-end managed solution. So should you need help, should you need assistance, managed services agreement, we can help you out from that standpoint. Again, to just continually build out the reports and the reporting functionality that you need.
But Scott, thank you very much.
You bet.
And for anybody else,
for attending.
Have a great rest of your day and appreciate your time. Cheers.